Hi, I'm Chef Jordan from Raw Fusion Foods, and today we're going to show you how to make an easy, no-bake key lime pie that also happens to be raw, vegan, and gluten-free. Here's our finished product. As you can see, it's got a great thickness to it. It won't spill out. So I'm going to set this aside and get started on the crust. Our crust is based out of pecans and coconut. Gonna add these to the food processor, and if you have a 2-compartment food processor, it'll make things a lot easier, a lot cleaner. That was 1/4 cup of each of those. I'm also gonna add 1/4 cup of dates, which I've already pitted, and since medjool dates are so soft, I won't need to soak them. So all of that into the food processor. Now I can see it's starting to stick, it's starting to hold together. I'm going to add just 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla. And that should be all we need for our crust. I'm going to start filling the dish with the pie crust. And the recipe I'm using makes perfect amount for 2. Just lightly press that in there. Not so much that it'll get stuck, but just to kind of keep it together so it won't get soggy. Alright, now that we have the crust out of the way, I'm going to get started on the key lime filling. Switch to a bigger blade. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. For the key lime filling, we based it off of avocados because it gives you the richness and the creaminess that you want from a dessert, but it's also healthy fat, and it's going to give the perfect color for a key lime pie too. So, put the avocados right in. 2 ripe avocados, which I've already peeled and pitted. I like to use larger avocados, and of course the more ripe the better. The more ripe something is, generally it'll be at its fullest nutrition. So I'm just going to start processing the avocados, get them a little smoother before I add the rest of the ingredients. Alright, these ones are pretty ripe, so it's not going to be too hard this time. I have 1/2 a cup of lime juice. It's about 3 limes. Right into the food processor. I also have 1/4 a cup of agave, which is going to be the sweetener for the recipe. Next I have coconut oil. The great thing about coconut oil is that it's usually solid under about 70 degrees, but it's liquefied at about 90 degrees. So when you put this in the refrigerator to set, it's going to end up firming up, and you won't need to use any artificial thickeners. You won't need any tapioca paste. You won't need any xanthan gum. Just going to put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes to set. And that was only 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Last but not least, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm just going to scrape the sides so that we can get this rolling. Alright, it's looking good already. Just a few more seconds. Okay, and here we have a healthy and delicious alternative to the traditional key lime pie. If you want to take a look at that, you can see it's totally smooth, totally creamy, and it has that whipped look to it. So it's as easy as filling your pie dish and letting it set in the refrigerator. And there you have a raw, vegan, gluten-free key lime pie. I always like to top mine with a little bit of cashew cream. You just use about 1/2 cup cashews and 1/4 cup of water. And it's a lot like whipped cream if you add agave to it. So just set this in the fridge and it'll set up for you. Check out our other recipes at rawfusionfoods.com or right here on our YouTube channel.